Are raising chickens a difficult task? Well, today I'm going to be answering that question exactly for you because, as you guys probably know, raising chickens can sometimes be a real pain, but it can also be really easy. I'm going to be providing you a solution to some of your problems as well in this video. So without any further ado, guys, let's begin. Alright, so I want to start off with talking about raising baby chickens. How truly difficult is it? Now, I've raised a ton of baby chickens on this farm. I've raised a total of 6 batches of baby chickens throughout my almost 5 years now of raising chickens. And let me just say, baby chickens are a real pain if you don't know the proper way to care for them. So basically, all you really got to do is just clean their brooder like once every other day, and really just give them some food like every day, change their water, sometimes twice a day if they make a mess, but generally you should be just fine, just replacing it, like once a day. Sometimes you might have to do twice a day. You never really know how it could possibly end up being on a certain day. Now, I would like to preface this that raising baby chickens can be very difficult, especially if you've never lost a chicken, and your first chicken loss isn't because of a predator. We'll get into loss in just a minute though, but it happens to be a baby chicken just dying on its own. Why does that happen? Well, the answer is very simple actually. The reason why this happens is really just behind if the baby chicken was really meant to live or not. And if it wasn't meant to live, then it really just wasn't meant to live. That's kind of the way it goes, Now, I would like to say that taking care of your flock can sometimes be really difficult, especially during tough times, which, trust me, I'm about to go talk about loss in just a minute or two, but I want to talk about taking care of your flock. So, checking up on them regularly, and, checking to see if they have any illness. As you guys probably know, there's, a ton of stuff going on around, bird flu and stuff like that, and, about 2 hours away from me, there was actually, a confirmed case of the bird flu in a chicken flock. It was, a pet flock or something like that. It's very upsetting to see this happening, but honestly, you should honestly be checking up on your chickens. We do that about once or twice a week, to check and see how they're doing, check and see if they're, injured or anything like that, and, just taking care of them in general, giving them feed, giving them water every single day. This is not a very difficult task. It can be if you overcomplicate it, but it's very difficult to actually overcomplicate it. So, on the scale, I think it's, pretty okay as far as difficulty is concerned. It's mildly challenging sometimes, but it's not the most difficult thing that you're gonna have to do with your chickens at all. Now, this is probably going to be one of the most difficult things on this list, and there's many reasons behind that. I just want to say that losing your chickens, especially the first time it happens and the second, the first couple times it happens, it's a really big pain, especially if you you just got your first baby chickens of all time. You'll kind of feel a little bit discouraged, But for me, the first loss of a chicken I ever experienced happened all the way back in 2020, 2 days after my birthday, which was crazy. I remember this so well. You remember your first, chicken attack so well. It was a red-tailed hawk, killed my chicken, Got over it in a couple hours, but it still kind of hurt, lose a chicken. It's gonna definitely hurt, and it's definitely gonna make you a little bit more cautious. And the second time it happens, you're gonna double down on the stuff that you want to do to ensure their safety. But thankfully, I do want to say that it isn't very difficult to keep your chickens safe. In fact, if you do want to keep your chickens safe, I'd recommend clicking this video right here in the corner of the screen. So, losing chickens can sometimes really hurt, but when you lose chickens in masses, that first attack, when that happens, it's just damaging. But thankfully, it does not really take a whole lot to get over it, improving your security. You should learn something from every single attack that happens with your chickens. You should really be, taking notes or something like that, seeing how this whole thing played out. It's actually pretty simple to see how the attack, played out. Just take a good look at everything. Now, you may have been a little bit confused as to the wording I used for essential time, but I genuinely could not find anything better when I was writing the outline and the script for this video. So in all seriousness though, this is just generally talking about how much time you need to be spending with your chickens every single day. And thankfully, it's not a lot. All you really got to do is give them their feed and water in the morning, come out there, take care of them, give them some treats if necessary, but generally you're going to be spending less than an hour with your chickens every single day. It's not going to be a whole lot of time you're going to be spending out there with your chickens. This is easily the most easy thing to deal with. And if you hear your chickens, it sounds like they're getting attacked or something like that, you can just rush out there, deal with the problem, and then you'll be done with it. So it's not a very difficult task. This one should go without saying, it's not very difficult. Now, chicken coop care is actually pretty simple, and later this week, by the way, I'm actually recording this on the 10th But later the week when this goes up, you're actually going to be seeing a video about chicken coop care. That'll be on Wednesday, hopefully, if everything goes to plan and there's no, like, you know, snowstorms or anything like that that happens in between then. But anyways, chicken coop care is not that difficult, as you will be seeing in that video. Which, by the way, by the time you're seeing this, it's probably already recorded, and it's probably even scheduled, too. But anyways, chicken coop care is not that difficult. I do want to say that. All you really got to do is, you know, you got to go in there, you got to, like, scoop out the shavings if you do, and then just put some fresh ones in. Each chicken coop, I do have 2 chicken coops, if you guys know me. It doesn't take too long for me to take care of the chickens, usually. Like, it's, like, around 5-ish minutes per chicken coop. If you're moving quickly, it's like 10 minutes if you're just chilling, you know, like listening to like an album or something like that. That's what I usually do. Like, I like throw on an album and like go take care of the chickens. It's something that really makes the time go by quicker. So like generally like 15 minutes a coop at most if you're like moving slowly and listening to an album like I usually do. It's not a very difficult task, by the way, guys. So this is pretty simple, you know. All you gotta do is like do that, and like if you really need to deep clean your chicken coop, I'll probably put out a video sometime in the springtime actually showing you how I'm gonna do it. So turn on notifications. There's a ton of videos coming out in the next couple months, you know? Now, I will say, inflation is a little bit crazy because in 2020, when we first got our first batch of chickens, buying, like, normal chicken essentials from the Tractor Supply, you know, like a little bit of some shavings and some chicken feed, that would run you back like $25, $30, including taxes. Nowadays, whenever I go to Tractor Supply, it's like almost $60 for that sort of stuff. Mind you, we do have more chickens, so that might actually play into this, but some people have like a lot more like crazy prices. I mean, we are from northwestern Connecticut, which is a pretty forgettable place, and there's like not a whole lot of roads out here. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. It's a little bit more expensive out here. It's pretty much expensive everywhere, but like, yeah, it's a little bit expensive, as I've been saying, for raising chickens, but it's not gonna like run you back thousands of dollars every single month. It might cost up to $100 a month at most. But I will say, do be mindful with what you're spending your money on your chickens with. Now, as you guys probably saw in the captioning in this video, there was in fact a scale. I forgot to mention it in the intro when I was like actually, you know, like recording this video, but thankfully I managed to remember that there was a scale I wanted to use for this video. So, on average, if you take all the numbers that were provided in the captioning and you add them up and then divide it by 6, you're going to get 40.2 out of 100 as your final average, which, by the way, guys, if that puts you right on par with the slightly challenging aspect. So, like, yeah, it might be a little bit difficult, but it's not going to be, like, very, you know, like, it's not going to, like, drain you mentally. It's not like taking an exam, like physics class, basically. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy, be sure to click this video right here where you'll actually learn how to solve your problems with chickens. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys on Monday. Bye.